Hey, thanks for watching Goosey Google's VR. My name's Dan. Today I've got a real special one for you. I get to talk to Marcin, one of the developers from the Toy Trains VR developer Something Random. Marcin's actually one of the ex-developers of Superhot along with the rest of his team, so some real experienced VR developers in this team. He had some really interesting things to say about Toy Trains VR, along with some future projects that Something Random are up to. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Check it out. Something Random is an experienced development team. Some members worked on the VR classic Superhot, such as yourself. Tell us about your role in the team.
Okay, so I'm in the team from the very beginning. I come from Superhot, and this is my background. And in Toy Trains, I'm a project lead, so I have many roles. I'm a producer of the whole game, so I'm just coordinating the team, managing the tasks and stuff like that. Also, I'm a lead designer, so I just make up all the rules and like doing the design docs, talking with the team and all of that. I have a computer science background and I do a little programming, so I make the first prototypes for all the games and all the game mechanics.
Amazing. The first game for a studio is tough as you're building all your tooling, such as the VR interactions, the lighting engine, realistic physics engine, and they're all from scratch. Hopefully the groundwork will lay the foundation for a small studio's future projects. Toy Trains is obviously a very solidly built game built by experienced VR developers, which I speak about in my review on my channel. Do the foundations the team have built lend themselves well for if Something Random wanted to go into a different direction in the VR space? Or have we got more to see from within this genre from the team?
I hope so. Like we done a lot of like groundwork to make this game work, and like in the pre-production phase of the game, we decided to test how we will approach the whole game from the technical perspective.
Yeah.
So those experiments give us confidence that we can do it in a way we want. I think the biggest challenge for us was that the team was assembling during the whole development process, because all of us came from Superhot, but we don't have all the roles like covered. Not so many people come from the side of art and the modeling, animation and stuff like that, so we need to just complete the whole team.
I think you did a great job in the end. The art in it's really, really nice. And really good.
Yeah, but it's not me. It's the whole team. And especially the art.
Toy Trains VR is available on Quest, PlayStation VR2 and SteamVR. What challenges come with developing multi-platform in VR? And is the industry in a good place where developers can easily access support from these platforms?
I think it is a challenge to make a release. First of all, we are a small team of like a couple of people, so making like 3 releases at once is challenging.
Yeah.
From the technical point, I think it was okay because we are using Unity, and Unity have like this multi-platform support from the start.
Yeah.
So it's not that difficult, and we have the whole experience of working in Superhot. I think it's good. It was ported for like a washing machine or something like that. The release, it was like it was everywhere. So we know how to do it. So we have like Quest 2, Quest 3, PSVR, and the Steam version. They all need to work like simultaneously. So like every little change needs to be like checked on every version and stuff like that. So you need to just adjust all your PR materials or your game to those requirements. So there are like a lot of additional steps that you need to think of.
Yeah, gotcha. Not just development then, other parts and aspects of the game, release material and stuff, It's interesting. So Toy Trains built on the nostalgia of my childhood by providing a relaxing and joyful experience with the sandbox throughout. But the game is still first and foremost a puzzle in its gameplay. There are even a few head scratches, particularly near the end. How did you approach the challenge balance in Toy Trains VR?
I think like from the very start we were thinking about the right spot for the game. Toy Trains is somewhere on the spectrum between like sandbox and puzzle game. And like different versions throughout the years we were developing it. There was like on a different spot on the spectrum, and we were trying to find the right one for what we were making. In the end, we decided to go with like what we called like open-ended challenges. It's not really a puzzle game because there is no like one intended solution that we are making. We are making like a proposition for a player, we don't have like any resources because everything is unlimited, and we don't have like this management layer for the game. It's only you and the tracks and the space you have. So the space is your enemy, basically. So surprisingly, like the biggest enemy in toy trains is the player.
Yeah.
Because I think that people are very resilient to, like they are reluctant to remove stuff.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Someone put like a track on the map, it stays.
Yeah.
Even if it's wrong, you will do like some crazy loop around it, but you don't want to subtract it. You know, like just remove what you built. And surprisingly, if you give the player more freedom in terms of space, it will.
Yeah.
It's sometimes like even more difficult for the players because they just fall into their own traps.
Yeah, I certainly noticed that in my playthrough.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned that in my review as well. Yeah, you definitely will be removing your own tracks, and you have to get used to doing that. What sort of art or experiences did the team at Something Random take inspiration from when developing Toy Trains VR?
The initial inspiration for the game was just playing with the wooden tracks, like those wooden toys with those wooden tracks that you can play on the carpet. So basically, our CEO, he has a son, and he was playing with his son and just making all those crazy tracks from these wooden tracks. And then he decided that it could be a good fit for VR. In terms of art style, I think we were searching in the American culture, like the post-war ads and like American train sets and stuff like that, with this I think the aesthetics of the catalog and also the aesthetic of early Rayleighs, like those little guys.
Yeah,
is like the inspiration comes from there.
There's some little postcards inside the game, inside the menu at some point. They really fit that style. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's true. That's all on our art director. In terms of gameplay, we started with inspiration from games like, I don't know, Dorf Romantic, Islanders, or Build and Grow, like those games that have like this chill, relaxing vibe with just adding stuff to the map and like having this feeling of self-expression, but in a mechanical way, I would say. The games also have this improvisational vibe, and I'm really into like dance theater and also like being on a scene and performing like with improvisation, but with body. Like you react to what you encounter on the scene.
Yeah.
So I think that in some way the game resembles that also, because there is no right way.
You can certainly feel that in your past work in games like Super Hot. It definitely uses like a improvisation to solve the puzzles in that game. Sure. Really fun. One pleasant surprise I wasn't expecting in Toy Trains VR was actually its thought-provoking story. The story deals with themes of parental separation through the eyes of a child. How did this idea come about? So
when we were starting working on Toy Trains, we were thinking about it from like a pure mechanical level. So we're just thinking of mechanics and what's fun in the game. What was in the game from the very beginning, like in the first pitch for the game, was this line like the Toy Train is a game about connection, like a game about connecting. It's obvious from the mechanical point of view, like just connecting tracks, connecting those houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we were trying to find a theme, like from the narrative side. What can we do about it? Yeah. So like unpacking your old memories, like some children nostalgia was like I think natural fit for the game. I think like we start from the game unpacking, where when you just have those boxes and you unpack stuff and you make it cleaner and make it your own. And I think this theme was somewhere in the air. Like we were trying to make a story that won't be like intrusive. It's like, so just for people to, if they want to just have fun with the game and with the mechanical challenges, they can do it. But there are like some bits of information and this narrative that is like overarching the whole game.
Yeah.
To make it just more full, more complete.
Yeah. Yeah, the story is certainly not. It doesn't ram this theme of child parental separation down your throat. It is quite subtle, and especially the way that the emotions the child might feel being reflected in the levels. It's quite subtle. You might miss it, but if you do watch this video and then go and purchase the game and play it, look out for it. It's really cool.
Yeah. There was like a lot of is happening on like a symbolic level.
Yeah, for sure. Why do you think Toy Trains VR is best suited to the VR medium over like a flat screen game?
I think it comes to the feeling of like immersion in the world.
Yeah.
Because you can think of Toy Trains as a god game. Like you have like big hands and a tiny world that you can interact with. We wanted players to feel that this table is alive and you can just really interact it and feel it. And we are really focusing on making VR natural, like human-like, not having like pointing lasers and stuff like that. You have like you're using your hands, you pull, you throw, you touch, you grab, move from one place to another. You can massage the trees, you can punch the clouds, stuff like that. We're trying to sell this fantasy of really being there, and I think there is no better place to do it than VR. Yeah,
this godlike game genre really works well in VR, doesn't it? I mean, I grew up playing games like Black and White, and those games would work phenomenally in VR, and Toy Trains, it works beautifully. So I believe your team is currently working on an unannounced sci-fi shooter. When can we look forward to hearing our first details about this game?
Also from the start, as we like established the company, we are working on like 2 titles simultaneously, and the first was Toy Trains, and the second one is like this sci-fi improvisational shooter. I think this year we'll definitely shed some light on it.
Amazing.
Probably in spring or something like that. The first info will come.
Nice.
Yeah?
Awesome. Look forward to that.
I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I always mention a lot in my videos. My number one factor that I love in VR is when a team makes a really solidly built game, and Toy Trains is really solid. So even if this game is not related in genre, I've got faith that any project that you guys come up with now is going to be just as solid as Toy Trains, and that's really good. That's what VR needs. We don't need any more choppy slow games.
I play it from time to time. I'm not like direct developer of it because I was working purely on Toy Trains, but I play it from time to time, and it's really nice.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Marcin. I really appreciate you answering these questions. I hope you have a great rest of the day. See ya.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, did you have a train set growing up? I feel like everyone did, right? My first set was one with wooden tracks that slotted together like a puzzle, and the train had a magnet on the back to attach more carriages. Those were the days, the innocence of play as a child. Turns out there's a new VR game on track to give us a hell of a nostalgia ride. All aboard! Toy Trains is first